Ćao svima, ja sam Ivan i nastavljamo do Stanley Parable.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Sorry, slušat ćemo ga, ali da idemo sve suprotno. Što on kaže lijevo, mi idemo desno.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Dobro, nema sada.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
A ne, trebamo tamo. Idem vamo.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Gdje sad? Ne, dole. Šta sad? Šta je ovo?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Cigaret odima. Ajmo pođemo. Jebote.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
I can't
believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Šta bi? Šta je sad ovo? Prati... Nije mi zablokiralo.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Evo ga.
Welcome
Šta se
back.
desilo?
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate
What
as
the
a
fuck?
result of narrative
Stop.
contradiction. But not to worry.
More
Now that
choice.
you're properly informed on
Please.
good decision-making, we're going to
Big
revisit a
room.
choice you
Stop,
made
stop,
just a
stop,
few
stop.
minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Dobro. Mogu vamo. Je zaključeno. Ajmo ovdje još ima.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and
drške.
dying.
Prenimalo.
Imagine the main character
Mogu je vratiti
dying
sutra tamo.
senselessly halfway through
Aha, da
the
ne
story.
skočimo tamo.
That story would make no sense at all.
Ne
We
može se
just need to
skače.
get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it
Što ima
seems
tamo?
this place is not well equipped to deal with
Zatvorena
reality.
vrata. Nema ništa. Čekaj, učinilo mi se bilo tamo prošli put kad smo se penjeli gore, mislim da su bila otvorena vrata. To ćemo u trećem delu da vidimo. I što sad? Opet se vraćamo.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Što opet, sve iz početka.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the
morao sam tamo
task.
idemo.
Just follow
Ništa,
my
mora
lead
ga
and you'll be
slušamo.
fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Evo tamo. Nije što se desi.
No! Why did you
Šta?
do that?
Što ne-
Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not
ništa.
too late.
Moramo, idemo na leva vrata. Ipak moramo. Da idemo što ima tamo. Da li se nešto menjalo ili sve isto. What the fuck?
Oh, it's
What the
ruined.
fuck? Šta se
I can't
desilo ovdje?
believe after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you
sam ti
get out of
uništio?
that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy
fine,
all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Šta bi? Šta se desilo sad? What the fuck? Šta se desilo sad?
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that
Što
was
si
mine, and
uništio
you
igru?
run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had
Pa
to see?
smiješno je, da znaš.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard.
Šta bi sad?
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and
the
always
fuck?
putting the story
Stop it.
first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ja idem tamo, neću ga opet poslušam.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Ništa. What the fuck?
Behave exactly as Stanley would.
What the
That
fuck,
means
što se
choosing
desilo?
responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ja idem opet tamo.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Što sad?
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley
Ajde,
came to a
idem
set
tamo na
of 2
desno, vrata,
open
vidim što se
doors,
desi.
he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly
sad
as
desilo?
Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
Ajmo idemo
I'm
sad na levo,
quite
vrata,
sure
vidimo
you'll be
što
up
će
to the
biti tamo.
task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Ajde smo na
When
levo.
Stanley came to a
Ajde,
set of
požurimo.
2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ajde, idemo tamo. Idemo, da idemo.
Yet there was not a
Sve
single
normalno.
person here either. Feeling
Šta
a
je
wave
ovo?
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Go neći dole.
Coming to a staircase,
Ja,
Stanley
šup, ništa.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ajde vidimo što ima ovdje. Šta, promijenili su?
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again
What the
stunned
fuck?
to discover not an indication of
Zapišti.
any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this until he saw the
Please
door
be-
with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
I sad kako da kažem... Kako sad da kažem, 115. Šta da kliknem možda, 115. Šta da kliknem?
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Šta sad? I am the master from the boss.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't
Da,
mishear me,
ima
did
problem.
you? Please
Ovaj ne govori.
speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is
Ajde,
a
požuri.
crucial step.
Neće ništa.
Okay,
Nice.
fine, you're not going to do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right.
Yeah.
You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
Šta bi sad? What the fuck, gde sam?
Set of 2 open doors, he entered the door
Koja?
on his left.
What the fuck?
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay?
Šta se desilo sad?
Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
Kraj.
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me?
A, shvatam.
Is everything
Znači, fora u igrici da pređete cijelu, znači da ne slušamo ovog tipa.
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without
Znači samo ne treba da ga slušamo. A ne brinite, nastavit ću... Aj sad čekamo još malo da vidimo šta ima sad. Da vidimo do šta će se desi.
Whatever you do, I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? You listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
Gore sam, ha ha ha.
Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure
This
your choice is correct.
game
That
was
is the
made by
best
Galactic
choice.
Craft Cave.
That's all right.
Gotovo
I'll wait
više.
for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Kraja nema nikad. U stvari ipak sam prešao igricu. Sve je normalno. Ajde idemo što ima tamo.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Šta je ovo? Fuck. Ipak, znači fora u igrici kako da pređete u igricu, da ne slušate ovog tipa uopšte, da ga ne slušate. Sve idete suprotno, šta on kaže. U svakom slučaju hvala na gledanju, ćao.